Alright, it's a weird time, and I don't know how many people are even going to show up. And I also don't know how long I'm going to do this anyway, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, weird, spontaneous thing. I'll explain to you in a bit what made me do this. I can tell you already that it's stupid, but I'll tell you in a little bit when more people have rolled in. And also explain to you why my voice is messed up. Yay. Hello, hello. And there we go. Hey Sean Wolf, how's it going? That's your views on the twin Chinese hook swords. I can refer you to the video I made about that a couple of months ago. So, yeah, just look up hook swords in the search on my channel page. You'll find it. Alrighty. So I just got done recording for 2 hours, which was way longer than I expected, because I was making a video to basically answer all the questions that you folks tend to ask every stream, which sword should I buy? Is this sword good? Is that sword good? So I figured I should make like one long video where I recommend swords and all kinds of price ranges and all kinds of types and etc. etc. I'm most likely going to have to split it up into multiple videos because it takes forever. Like I tried to not say too much about each individual sword, but I have a long list that I want to get out there because I want people to be able to have something as reference, you know. So, and also I want to use it myself as a reference, quite frankly. Every time somebody asks me, which sword should I buy, I can just wave that video in their face, basically. So, this destroyed my voice. Apparently. So, yeah. And I'm an idiot. So because I had the screen set up, and this usually is a little bit inconvenient to set up with the video lights and everything, get everything in just the right position and get it lit evenly, etc., etc. So it's a little bit of a hassle. So I decided, you know what, since I already have it set up, I might as well do a stream because this looks nice, right? Doesn't it? So, yeah, even though I really shouldn't, I'm doing this now because screw it. Can you recommend a good pop filter? Thank you for the super chat, Wing Zero. This one I think is just a cheapo thing. I didn't really I did a lot of research on the microphone, but not really on the pop filter. It's just some random thing, basically, you know. Also, why am I wearing these? I don't really need them right now. Oh boy. You say I'm kind of tired? Yeah, I am. I've been overworking myself. So basically, this is also another thing that apparently I thought was a good idea. Since I'm already overworked, I figured I might as well do some more streaming. Right? Because I'm already overworked, so it doesn't even matter anymore. I have the greatest logic. Right? So yeah. Oh well. What can you do? Sometimes you just gotta be extra stupid, right? Go to sleep. Well, not quite yet. So I gotta tell you, I'm not looking forward to the editing on that. You know, like 2 hours worth of footage. I gotta condense that as much as possible. So yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna be many hours of editing, but I think it's gonna be good. I do think so. I think it's gonna be helpful for people. I almost just want to start whispering, but that's kind of weird. Beautiful, relaxing background. See? It was worth it. That's what I thought. Sorry, I got all this shit set up. I might as well use it for a stream as well. You people better appreciate it. In other words, where's them super chats? Just kidding, just teasing you. I just didn't want to let it go to waste, so to speak. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, setting up the lights and green screen is annoying, but it's not like it's a super big ordeal. It's just, I don't know. I guess I'm just a maximizer in that sense. When I've already set it up, I want to get as much use out of it as possible. So that's why we're doing this now. So that's probably not a great idea. Thank you, Doom Bloomers. I used to live with a big fan of yours. He had all sorts of fun stuff, half of them reviewed by you at one point or another. Nice. A gentleman of refined taste. That's good. It would be cool to see a fleet of Viking ships on the horizon of that background. Yeah. But I can't put that in there. This is footage I recorded in Victoria, actually. Very nice ocean. I forgot. Does this actually have audio? I don't think it does. I can't remember. Wait. No, I gotta kind of check. Because if this is audio, you might as well get some of it, right? Where is it? Backgrounds and shit. There.
What are you doing?
Streaming because I figured I'm already overworked, so I might as well do some more because I still have the green screen set up and lights and everything. Oh, you're weirdly cut off. There.
And you people encourage him in this.
No, they didn't. I gotta defend them. They didn't. It was totally my stupid idea. Yeah. So does this have audio? I don't think it does.
A little bit, maybe?
No, it doesn't. Should probably left it in there. Oh, I fucked up my voice from 2 hours of recording, but I know I'm stupid, okay? I know it. But it's just such a hassle to set this all up, so I might as well use it some more. You know? Massive fan. What's your favorite sword right now? Thanks for all the great content. I mean, my favorite sword is still the Knecht, but if you like, a second favorite would be the Lockwood SL 1019B. That's the one with the bronze guard and pommel. Review the Black Knight fight in Holy Grail. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I do love me some Holy Grail. That's just comedy classic. Anyway, thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Jake. And Wing Zero as well. What did you think of the sword fighting in The Last Samurai? So Japanese swordsmanship compared to how they show European swordsmanship in movies, which is better / worse?
God,
I honestly, I can't remember. Yeah, it's been many years since I watched The Last Samurai, so I honestly can't tell you. It's not in my mind at all. I don't remember cringing at it terribly at the time, so I guess it wasn't super bad, but I can't tell you how good it is.
I'm being declared immortal.
What? Why?
Apparently I haven't aged a day since the last time somebody saw me years ago.
No. No, you don't. How do you feel about Count Dankula? What is that? I know Count Chocula, but I don't know who Count Dankula is. Anyway, thanks, Samuel. I just can't answer your question. What's that? Did somebody
Yes, I'm just superimposed on your shoulder. Just a picture.
Yeah. What do we got? You like hockey? I probably shouldn't say this because it might get us kicked out of Canada, but I don't give a shit. I do not care about hockey. But I'm generally not really a sports watcher. Most of it I find boring, quite frankly. I guess I'm weird. It kind of bothers me how the microphone is cut off there.
You have problems.
Can we do this? Yeah, there we go. Although now we have a stupid flickery thing there. It's not good either. Maybe I should hide it altogether. Although you don't really see the flickery thing much, do you?
I think you're overthinking.
Perfectionism, motherfucker. Maybe this is better. This is better. Yeah, there we go. No, you can't really see it anymore. There, now I just gotta stay away from the edge. Don't go over the edge. No, don't. Are you trying to kill me? Okay,
I find it funny that I've been literally on probably 95% of all streams and people still don't catch me.
Yeah, you've shown up in a number of streams lately. Thank you, Brian.
Also, Sean, no, you don't see a line. Shh.
What? Where's the line? Where's the line? Oh, fucking hell. There's no line right now. You're snorting lines. Hey, don't do a Biden on me. That's creepy. What, you don't know the Joe Biden hair sniffing thing?
I don't care, sorry, I'm stuck on the Vlad the Impaler's Kilich.
Okay. What's with that?
My brain's going, why would you have one? And have I not seen
Thoughts?
Yeah, exactly.
Has his original actual sword been found? I don't know. I've never seen it.
I would be really surprised if it's a Kilich.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who use an Ottoman sword.
Oh, hell no.
He wasn't too fond of the Ottomans, so I don't know about that. Would you ever consider doing a video regarding how medieval politics? Nope. Oh, I can already stop you right there. Politics? Nope.
I mean, a medieval ones and dueling of
Yeah, I mean, maybe,
more like it.
but it's not really my kind of topic.
Well, if I have to grab my favorite sword, I need to get over into the bedroom, so nah. And that actually sounded way kinkier than it was meant to. That's just literally where I happen to have it in case of home invasion, because, well, I don't want to be caught naked and without weapons.
Yeah, both.
Yes, go to bed, Demikuru.
Politics, nope. I love that attitude. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a... Sometimes in live streams, I might delve into it a little bit if somebody brings it up, but I generally don't like to, and I definitely keep it the hell out of regular videos.
I think Jake R's comment is just the best fucking thing ever.
Work at a museum in Texas and was able to identify a falchion or a collection thanks to your informative videos. It was just called Sword. Damn. Nice. That's good to know.
That's stuff that belongs on your resume.
Okay, you got $5 from Matthew.
Thank you, Matthew.
Please do tell us what sword he sleeps with at night. About time you got some good content on these live streams.
The funny thing is, I'm the one with the sword next to her, the bed, not him. So, well,
Yeah.
we currently have the swords in the bedroom. Just for that's where the space was. So essentially, he sleeps with the full collection.
Yeah, it's in the same room. Have you read the Powder Mage trilogy by Brian McClellan? Nope, can't say I have.
It sounds familiar.
18th century warfare meets magic. That sounds pretty cool.
That sounds damn good, yeah.
Getting a TV adaptation? Huh.
I'm not sure.
That sounds pretty neat.
Mhm.
Anyway, thank you, Non-Vitae Rex. You ever watching Stargate? A little bit here and there. Just a few episodes, but
He's speaking only for himself.
yeah, I mean, that was back in the 90s when they just came on TV sometimes and just randomly caught them.
Favorite spice? Okay, that's fine.
What?
Your favorite spice or seasoning? Dude, just come out.
What?
You have a thing for pumpkin spice?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put pumpkin spice on a lot of things, though. There's certain spice mixes that I quite like. Trying to remember, we had one that has like what was it? Garlic and pepper or paprika, I think it was actually, and salt and something else. Onion, yes. Do like me some onion powder. Yeah. And if that counts, barbecue flavoring, I quite like. Chipotle powder, not really my thing.
Always the lab meat question.
Whatever. Nobody cares. Did you know you can make grape soda from rubber gloves? What?
I think I'm good.
Gross.
Yeah.
That seems really sketchy. I don't know what's involved, or if you get ingredients from something else as well. But either way, that sounds very sketchy. Anyway, thank you, Wing Zero. Is there an ideal length for a one-handed messer? A lot of them seem a bit short compared to, say, most standard military sabers having a 32-inch blade. Would a messer blade this length be weird/awkward? I mean, there's a lot of variation. If you've seen my first look at the Falke from Landsknecht Emporium, it's basically a single-handed sword, even though it has a super long handle, and it has a pretty long blade too. So I don't think you can really necessarily overgeneralize. I've seen so many drastically different messer designs. You know, some are longer, some are shorter. I don't know. They certainly like them in a variety of configurations. It's probably just personal preference. Do Do you like caramelized onions? Yes, I sure do.
I don't think we have a cutlass left.
No, not an actual cutlass, no.
So sorry, can't do the pirate look in front of the background.
Nope. Have you thought about doing a video on medieval spycraft / espionage? Just thought, love your videos. Thank you, Thomas. Not really. That's really outside of my personal expertise. I would have to leave that to somebody who knows more about it. I mean, I could read myself into it, but
It would take a
that
while.
would take a while, and I don't think it would be worth it, really.
It's a fascinating topic, definitely.
Yeah. Thanks, Oliver. If you could have only one sword for everything, for example, dueling and battle / war, what would it be? Longsword. Easy. I would probably go for the Lockwood SL 1019B. The Oakshot Type 18B. No, 18A. It's a versatile design. You can use it against armor, you can stab into the gaps of the armor, it cuts very well, you can strike with a pommel, etc. It's just good overall, all-round design. Were rapiers ever used on horseback? Not as far as I know. They're just for civilian self-defense on foot, primarily.
Okay, minus 17 is way too cold.
Oof. What's your opinion on the Cult of Athena Dusak? The Dusak? They have a number. They have several, so I don't know which one you mean. S-talks were used on horseback. Yeah, I mean, some single-handed S-talks are sort of rapier-ish, but I would definitely not consider them actual rapiers.
As if Lindy would listen to us.
About what?
Finishing the book.
He's writing a book? I'm not up to date on
Neither
what
am
other
I,
people do.
But
Sorry.
I'm very much on the... we can't tell him anything.
Yeah.
Also, let's be honest, if we try to tell Lindy to do something, he's going to take even longer.
You mean like the fire arrow video? I totally understand how it goes sometimes. Sometimes it just takes forever to get around to one particular video. Have you ever used a great sword? Like a true two-handed sword? Zweihander? Yes. The Maximilian and the Lowlander. Oh, yeah, a comic about Hannibal. I actually heard about that. Right, I just forgot.
Well, with the whole pandemic, we don't know much about the HEMA scene here currently. Not much going on.
Everything is locked down. How long is the longest sword you've ever used? The Hanwei Lowlander was almost my height. So it was like, I don't know, 1 meter 72, I believe. Yeah, I'm 177 and that was like 17, I don't know. 2, 3, 4. Crazy. Anyway, thank you, Unchained Verse, as well as Brent and Chip. Weird take, but I love the enthusiastic nihilism you often emote.
Enthusiastic
nihilism?
Yeah, I like it.
Huh. I'm not really sure exactly how I do that, but okay. Favorite comedic genre of 2020? Did 2020 add any new genres?
Yeah, the enthusiastic nihilism.
Oh. I am so out of the loop. Ask me about the 90s. Yeah, I'm getting becoming an old man. Any chance of getting your Principe or I never know, is it Principe or Principe? It might be Principe, but anyway.
Principe.
Reground / the damage repaired. Already done. I sent it back to Albion, they repaired it, and then I sold it so they can ship it out directly so it can go to a less abusive home. Yeah.
If you took 2 swords. Also, there's the horse and question.
Schloim.
And it's bedtime for me, so
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
see ya.
I gotta stop here pretty soon anyway. So sleep well. I've done fencing and archery over the years, but never tried HEMA. Regardless, I've enjoyed learning about HEMA and weapons from your videos. Awesome. Thank you, dude. Your videos are consistently good to watch. I like how you don't yell to speak. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Boss Grun. Oh, there's this one super fucking annoying ad that keeps popping up. This dumbass just yells at the camera like, I have a challenge for all of you. Do this, go to all your computers and also whatever. Oh, this. I mean, I don't know the dude. Maybe he's okay, but he seems like such an obnoxious douche for just shouting at the camera in this fake, hyperactive manner. I hate that. And it's also because the repetition, is because that ad keeps popping up over and over and over and over again. It is so annoying. Get out of here with your fake bullshit. Ugh, I hate when people fake it so hard. There's a little rant for you. A little anti-ad rant. It's like 99% of YouTubers. A lot of the big ones do that, yeah. I cannot stand it. It's too forced. Do you agree that firearms ruined war? There's nothing to ruin. War is a terrible thing. Like, you can't ruin something that's already shit. You know? I know where you're going with the whole, weapons or melee weapons require more skill and all of that. But if you actually look at modern warfare, the training that soldiers go through, marksmanship and the kind of physical fitness that's required, etc., and tactics and all of that, this is not a laughing matter. This is pretty complex. So I think people really need to stop undervaluing the skill involved in the modern military. But either way, it's nothing good about war. Thank you, Justin. That's very generous. Videos keep me going. Love you. Also, any advice for sparring against a person who does kendo? I do German longsword against him, but he's much faster than me. Yeah, I mean, that's an athleticism kind of thing. Some people are just really damn fast. However, basically the thing is in order to become faster, you need to eliminate unnecessary movement. Streamline it as much as possible. Don't overswing, and maybe keep your sword further forward. Now, I don't know which style you practice, but one thing, for example, you can do is go to long point, and whenever he's throwing something, the most common thing I see in kendo is like a downward strike. Actually, against a vertical downward cut, the best thing you can do is thwart cut. Just thwart right into it, because that defends, breaks his attack, and attacks him at the same time. Counters. Other than that, otherwise you can always keep your sword in front of you. Try to get a bind. If he cuts down, bind, thrust. Bind, cross the line, push it over to the side, and then thrust when you have constrainment. Also, you probably know what he tends to do, and offline movement is your friend as well. Like, if he tends to just kind of sneak into measure and then suddenly cut very quickly at you, try to anticipate that. I mean, generally anticipation is not a good thing, but in this case, if you watch him approach and you get a feeling for when he probably is going to strike, if you step outward, do like a diagonal step outward and cut toward him, that has a very good chance of breaking anything that he throws while threatening him at the same time. Thanks, C. Owen. see Owen for becoming a member. War never changes. Indeed, Dark Side X10. Let me just keep an eye on it. Because if you sign up on Discord after becoming a member, I'm going to have to manually give you full access because unfortunately YouTube does not have a Discord bot for handling the memberships the way Discord does, so I always have to do that manually. Okay, I don't see you on there yet, but I'll keep an eye on it in case you do. Mm-hmm. What else is going on here? No, we gotta have some better questions. A lot of these are silly. Is it the time? I don't know. There are a lot of rather silly comments right now in the chat. So I don't know if is it getting too late or too early in your time zone or what's going on. Okay, that's better. Do you think there's an ideal body type for fighting? Ideal means really has no major adverse. Okay, so disadvantage against someone with... No, wait. Okay. So ideal body shape in fighting. So I'm assuming arm fighting. Generally, the sort of lean build that has a lot of muscular endurance does better. Like the big hulking muscle-bound, barbarian type that you often think of in fantasy associated with sword fighting. That's not really as good as, think of like a Bruce Lee sort of build. Doesn't have to be that lean, but like more the sort of, lean muscle. That gives you a lot of, because muscular endurance is more important than strength. Strength matters too, obviously, especially when grappling. That's very important. But in sword fighting, muscular endurance is really where it's at, because if you run out of steam, you're in trouble against somebody who can go longer. Thanks, Figmo42. How are you feeling? Tired and overworked today. Thanks, Ninja Backhand. Your goatee is as long as my full beard and the same color. I'm Scottish, but I'll accept it. All right, there we go. It definitely looks a lot more red in sunlight as opposed to artificial light. So the mountain would suck ass. Not necessarily. The thing that he's got going for him is, for one, due to his height, he has enormous reach advantage, and also he hits like a truck, of course. So it's hard to defend against. So he could, if he uses like a large two-handed sword, it's going to be very difficult to get close to him. Once you do, I mean, and again, if you're able to tire him out, that could be the way to go. I'm not saying that generally big guys have no endurance. Some do. It just depends on how they train. It's just a matter of you have to balance things a little bit. Like if you spend as much time on heavy lifting as he does, then there isn't as much time to practice, high endurance sort of exercises and cardio, etc. Because you're, the recovery of your nervous system sets certain limitations to how much you can train. Not more is not always better. If you just keep training and training and training and training all day, every day, you're going to burn out, and you can't recover in time. So you have to kind of, it is a little bit like putting points in attributes. You can't max everything, That's what I'm trying to say. Would you say you have an opening move that you favor when sparring? So until recently, I really like to enter with a cut to the upper right opening. Well, I mean, basically the opponent's upper left opening, my right. And then as soon as they raise up to guard, turn that, redirect to a different opening. So like their lower right opening from the upper left. That tends to work pretty well. But lately, since we've been, like with my training partner here, he focuses more on the bind. So we've done a lot more of that. So there's more of, trying to disengage, get an overbind, and then either thrust or cut from there. I mean, more like cut. If he gets an overbind, I disengage and cut around the other side, although against him it tends to be dangerous. Are you actively training either skill in sparring or physical fitness? Unfortunately, not really. I mean, I do a bit of lifting here. I just have like a shitty generic barbell and like one adjustable dumbbell and a few weights and stuff. And it's just in the bedroom because we don't have much space here. So I can't really have like a proper home gym. And gyms right now with COVID going on are just not safe. And what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Because of lockdown, we can't meet for HEMA practice right now. So not a whole lot going on. I mean, I try to. Obviously, I have a lot of fat to lose. And what I mainly do is go out for bike rides and hikes. But there's also a lot of sitting around. Like today, for example, I was hoping to get in some exercise, but then I ended up sitting in front of the computer all day and first doing research and then recording and etc. It's been... Wait, when did I start? Right, it's almost 10 hours now of mostly work on the computer. I mean, I've in between break for lunch and whatnot, but yeah, hasn't really been an option today. I mean, it would be if my time management skills weren't so terrible. Still trying to figure it out. Ooh. COVID lockdowns knocked the snot out of me and I got sloppy. Got some gym set up by no motivation. If you find yourself staying on the North Shore, you're welcome at it. All right, thank you. Yeah, that's part of the problem too. It's been very difficult to really get motivated. And particularly now in winter, it's, yeah. Oh well. But I don't just want to, complain and come up with excuses and whatever. It is what it is. Still working on it. I'm still trying to get my shit together, but it's a long process this time. Longer than ever before, harder than ever before, and yeah, I have no idea when I'm finally gonna get back on track 100%. Well, we'll see. Mm-hmm. I feel you, man, getting old. That's another thing. Like, I mean, obviously I'm not old. Like, I'm, what, 38, which is not old by any means, but I also feel not young anymore, that's for sure. I can definitely tell that everything is harder in your 30s than it is in the 20s. Definitely past the prime, that's for sure. Like late 30s in particular, it kind of starts to go downhill. You can kind of feel it. But yeah, at the same time, there's people in their 50s and 60s busting their ass in the gym, so that's not exactly an excuse. Go swimming every day. It's a good workout. Well, that's also not an option because, swimming pools during COVID, again, not really a thing. And I gotta be honest, I'm not hardcore enough to go swimming in the middle of winter. Some people are, but that's a bit much for me. Swimming in your own pool? Wow. Rich person right here. Who has a pool? I sure don't. Yeah, just get your own pool. You peasant. Have you studied cavalry tactics? Nope, not at all. Way outside of my specialization. Indoor swimming is good, but again, COVID, yeah. Like I said. Yeah, just swim in your bathtub. Thank you, Raphael. Right. You just became a member, so I'm also going to have to keep an eye on that. Let's see if I can see your name here in case you signed up for the Discord. Not yet. Alright. Gotta remember. Okay. Thank you, CB. How much would it cost a nobleman to hire a knight throughout the medieval times? I have no idea, sorry. Did the nobleman have to equip the knight? I don't think so. You'd have to ask a historian. That is not that's not what I focus on. My specialization is just, sword reproductions first and foremost, and second, historical martial arts. I didn't really look into all the, societal and economical aspects of the Middle Ages. And I will not talk out of my ass. Too many people do that. I remember you in 2017 being very skinny. Yep, that was my slimmest ever. Slimmest and most fit. Then I started to get reckless. I felt too skinny, and then I tried to, push myself extra hard in the gym, even more than before, and, build muscle and try to increase my caloric intake. And then I kept injuring myself because I was too impatient, and, I didn't give myself enough rest. I went too hard. There's such a thing as too hard. If you go RPE 9 or 10 every single time, you're going to fry your nervous system, and then you're going to keep getting injured, which is what happened to me. And then after that, it just started to derail. I got depressed. I started eating more, and then I was like, okay, you know what? I need to be able to enjoy food again, because this is just grinding me down. This constantly just bland, healthy food. It's taken away from my enjoyment of life, and yeah, it just gradually more and more started to escalate until, yeah, I got fat again. That's how it happens. What was your favorite type of sword made during the Bronze Age? The Khopesh, I'd have to say. Ever think about a keto? Of course, keto. People always bring up keto. It has literally been declared the unhealthiest fad diet of 2020 based on the research. It's not a good idea. It can lead to short-term weight loss, but it's very unhealthy. Anyway, why am I even responding to that? Every time you bring up diet, people go crazy, and then they start endless debates about which is the best diet. It's just short version, I don't. You can fix up that bland, healthy food with some seasoning. I know, but even with seasoning, a lot of the stuff that I ate, like all the veggies and stuff, were still not very appealing. Because to me, it's not just a flavor. I go a lot by texture. I like crunchy things, for example. I mean, a certain kind of crunchy, like the, pizza crust sort of crunch, not the celery sort of crunch. you know? Get your genome sequenced to determine the best and worst foods for you? Wow, that's involved. In short, I don't need that. I know exactly what to do, what to eat, etc. to be slim. I did it before. I did it several times. The problem is not that. The problem is I'm just, even with a lifestyle change, it never, like the cravings never stop. It never stops being a, willpower drain. And eventually I just run out of steam every time. And then I go into full on, obsessive binge eating disorder kind of bullshit. And I lose control over my own eating behavior, and then I end up like this again. It's not the how, it's not the what, it's just retaining control. That's my problem. Yeah, it's addiction. It's exactly like addiction. It is. Including sneaking out in the middle of the night to go buy some sugar. I've literally done that before. Meanwhile, cursing at myself, being like, no, you fucking dumbass, don't do this. But yeah, it's like a junkie doing anything to get the next fix. Like, it is extremely frustrating and depressing, I can tell you that. Like, not being able to control your own behavior is among the worst, most frustrating things. But whatever. Let's not talk about that. Food addiction must be rough. I quit smoking, but you can't quit eating. That's part of the problem. Like with some drugs, and I say some, you can go cold turkey. With some, it can be extremely dangerous, but others you can go cold turkey. With food, you can't. You can't just stop eating altogether. Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna have to stop. My voice is really giving out. I've overdone it too much today. Just too much recording, too much talking, too much stuff, too much work. So I'm just gonna have to get off and yeah, it's actually bedtime soon-ish. Just one more super chat here. Aura Morph Century, thank you. What do you have in mind for the channel in the future? Just want to say thank you for all the great content. Got me through some tough times. Basically more of the same. You know, it's going to be more when I can do proper blade tests again. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do more blade shop episodes. I'm going to do more, occasionally looking at movie fights in video games, and whatever really I find interesting at the time, basically. So just more of the same. Anyway, thank you for hanging out, guys. I really gotta go off now. It's getting bad. So thank you for all the super chats. I appreciate the support, and have a good one.